We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Toe the Line with me, George Glinsky. Delighted today to be joined by Marko Martinjak, who returns to BKB on December the 3rd, BKB 29 against Chad Kelly for the middleweight world title. Marko, how are we doing?
Fine, George. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. It was an honor to meet you actually at the last show, BKB 28. It was great for us to finally sit down and have a chat. And one of the things we spoke about when you were talking about your return was that hunger, that desire inside to return to BKB. So if you can put it into just a few words, how would you describe that burning desire to return into bare knuckle boxing?
I don't know, man. I just want my title back, But middleweight isn't my title. I want cruiserweight title. I was their champion and nobody took my belt. So for first step, I'm going for the middleweight title, and then we'll see what the future brings.
Middleweight, obviously a lot lower than your usual weight. Talk me through how you're feeling at this new weight. You've dropped quite a considerable amount of weight, I understand.
For now, I lost 11 kilos. I have now 3 kilos. But I have 3.5 weeks until fight, so it's not a problem. The problem was I was about 95, so that was a big problem, I can get lower, and I will start a little bit depressed, but everything turns fine. I didn't eat a lot. Obviously, I eat a lot. But here I eat only one big meal, and only proteins and supplement stuff for recovery and... So I'm good. I feel great. I feel very, 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 very fast. You know how that I am fast in cruiserweight. I was in cruiserweight fight. I was fast. Now I'm faster.
Definitely. Is that the idea then? Obviously, you want to get that cruiserweight title back, and that is ultimately the goal. But to go through the weights and pick up multiple world titles, build a legacy in the sport.
Yeah, I want to go. Why not? I want to fight for middleweight, light heavyweight, cruiserweight. I don't give a fuck, man. I want to fight everybody. So. If they won't fight me, I will fight them, If Jim told me to fight him, okay, I fight him. So no problem. So I will fight anybody, I told you that in London when we met last time.
And last time we spoke, you hadn't seen too many of the people around your weight. You hadn't done a great deal of research. Have you seen, I know, the likes of names of Brian Barrett, Simon Sinkovic? Are you aware now of the men around you?
No, man, I don't. Listen, I don't give a fuck about them, They have to be worried about me, because they are all brawlers. They only want to fight, only want to scrap, I come to box, my boxing skills and my boxing skill set is better than theirs, I know that. I believe in myself. I wasn't 5 years in the ring, but I know that I'm better than them. I'm better than them, and I will prove that. First on 3rd of December, and then we'll see what future brings.
Definitely. Let's talk about Chad Kelly. He's coming all the way from America. He's got a good record on side. He came over here, I want to say, about 6 months ago and fought Anthony Holmes. Took him to a draw, a guy who had been a dominant world champion in BKB, had never even lost a round. And then he came in against Chad Kelly and had a really difficult night's work. So what do you make of Chad Kelly? How much have you watched of him?
I watched his fight. He was fighting in BNB in America against some guy. I don't know what is the name of the guy, but he was only 3 weeks preparing, so he won. And I give him a big applause for that, because on 3 weeks notice, it's not a small deal, That fight against Holmes, I didn't see, and I can't find it nowhere, So if I can find it, it would be delighted for me to see. So the serious fight, so we can see about some things. But I think also that Anthony Holmes is not on my level. I don't want under respect nobody, but I think that Anthony Holmes is not on my level. And when I saw what he did to Chad Kelly's face, I saw the fight, the picture. I thought to myself, oh shit, man. He is lower than me. He's I think 183 centimeters. I'm like 187, and I think that is the big difference, because I know how to box. I don't want to say I don't respect nobody, but see, I think I'm a better fighter than them, and I'll prove that.
Definitely, he is. a sort of a rugged fighter, a no nonsense fighter, inside fighter, a lot shorter than you. Of course, you'll have that reach advantage. So, looking at those attributes, looking at that small clip that you've seen of him fighting, what are your expectations coming into fight night?
My expectation is only win. I come to for win. I don't come to for lose. You know, I didn't fight 5 years, and I want again to my hand be raised. You know, and the belt was on me. So I think it's gonna be a good fight. You know, I think the chat will coming forward. I like that. You know, you see my fights against Bill Hawthorne and guys who attack me. I love that. You know, but last fight against Travis Dickinson, I was off the shape. You know. I was 2 times down on the campus, but I had a big luck there. I said to everybody, I had a big luck there that I opened his eye. I don't know what. So that was a big luck for me. So the fight was stopped, you know, in the second round, and I won because in the second round I don't know how I'm gonna be like. Oh my God! He's crazy guy. Travis is a good fighter, and he doesn't fight anymore in BKB. He's a good fighter.
Definitely. In terms of the style of bare knuckle boxing, obviously it's changed somewhat. In America, it's changed somewhat. They've got clinching, they've got the triangle ring. I know you will have seen that BYB fight. Are there any thoughts from your end to potentially, after you go and win these titles and you achieve what you want to achieve in BKB, potentially going over to America and continuing the legacy there, fighting in BYB?
Sorry. Listen, I don't think about America, you know. I think only about fighting BKB. But if Jim and the guys from BKB see what I'm capable of my fighting and stuff like this. So we'll see. Maybe in future I will fight in America. But now my priority is fighting BKB and only in England. You know, I don't know what future brings. You know, and we will see.
Definitely. Let's talk about Luka Zebek. Obviously, he was in action on that night. It was a disappointing defeat to John Collier. Just a few words from your perspective, how you thought the fight went, and whether or not you think that Luka will continue in BKB.
My opinion is always, how do I say, it's I think first round was Lucas, second round was Jones, and I think the third round was each. You know, it's like a draw for me. So I think that the draw was a better solution than the give John win. I talked to John and I love him. He's a good guy. But I think because Luka is my fighter, you know, he's working also with me and my trainer. He now have six world titles training him. Mine too, and Marko, my coach is also Marko. He also had 4 world titles in kickboxing. But we will see. I think that Luka will return in February or March when is the next BKB show. And hopefully I'm gonna also be there for fight.
Perfect. So just finally, closing off, a little bit of a message maybe just to the people that have helped you through this camp, people you've got to thank coming into fight night.
Yeah, I want to thank all my sparring partners from Ivica Ivic and his Armos gym, Tomo Kadic and Gladiator Boxing Gym in Croatia also, and Sasha Zoric from Ultimate Fight Club Novi Zagreb. They all helped to my preparations. Big thanks to my coach Marko Desha. He really put effort in putting my weights down, raising my boxing skills and my conditioning. And big thanks to all sponsors. They're not big, but thanks to them, I have supplements, gear, and stuff like that.
Definitely. Well, Marko, thank you so much for your time, and the best of luck on December the 3rd.
Thank you, George, and see you in London.
See you, man.